people. So today we're doing Proverbs 17. In this, we're going to be using a notebook, a pen, a Bible, more Bible versions, and I did some research, and I'm going to break every single verse down into understandable forms, because sometimes we read the Bible and we don't understand what we're reading, and I'm here to break it down for you. So, New King James. Better is a dry morsel with quietness than a house full of feasting with strife. And the Good News version says, better is a dry crust of bread with peace of mind than having a banquet in a house full of trouble. So what this is trying to say is there is more value in peace than to have a comfortable, chaotic life. Comfortable in the sense you have everything you want, but your life is still chaotic. Moving on. Verse 2. A wise servant will rule over a son who has caused shame and will share an inheritance among the brothers. Good News version says, a shrewd servant will gain authority over a master's worthless son and receive a part of his inheritance. So what is it saying? It says that the wisdom will always have a higher value than the privilege or position that you find yourself in. What does it say? It says, if you're capable and trustworthy, you can earn authority and respect no matter the position that you're in. And you could even be put above people who have been born into this privileged life. Verse 3. The refining pot is for silver and the furnace for gold, but the Lord tests the hearts. Now, Good News version says, gold and silver are tested by fire, and a person's heart is tested by the Lord. So what does it mean? It means in difficult situations, your character would be exposed because God looks at the heart. 4. New King James version. An evildoer gives heed to false lips. A liar listens eagerly to a spiteful tongue. Good News version. Evil people listen to evil ideas, and liars listen to lies. What does this mean? Some people enjoy gossip and spreading rumors even if it hurts people. Value truth over gossip and find out the truth, because if you go and spread the word, you would end up lying yourself. One lying's bad. Verse 5. He who mocks the poor reproaches his maker being God. He who is glad at calamity will not go unpunished. Good News version. If you laugh at poor people, you insult the God who made them. You will be punished if you take pleasure in someone's misfortune. So that kind of explained it, but what does it really mean? It means that if you mock others, you disrespect God, because God made them, and you just lack humanity in general if you mock people. Children's children are the crown of an old man, and the glory of a Christian is in their father. The glory of a Christian is in their father. 6. Grandparents are proud of their grandchildren, just as children are proud of their parents. So that was basically the value of the legacy. Verse 7. Excellent speech is not becoming to a fool, much less lying lips to a prince. What does that mean? Let's look at the Good News version and see what it has to say. Respected people do not tell lies, and fools have nothing worthwhile to say. So it just says that thoughtful speech is valued, and how you talk will tell us if you're a foolish person or if you're a wise person. Verse 8. A present is a precious stone in the eyes of the possessor. Wherever he turns, he prospers. Good News version. Some people think a bribe works like magic. They believe it can do anything. That was pretty self-explanatory, but let's go deeper. If you manipulate someone, it's wrong. And so manipulation may seem effective, but it lacks integrity. Verse 9. He who covers a transgression seeks love, but he who repeats a matter separates friends. This is like going on and on about a situation, It's going to make you lose friends, because why can't you just forgive me? You know? But let's see what the Good News version has to say. If you want people to like you, forgive them when they wrong you. Remembering wrong things can break up a friendship. So let's go deeper. What it's saying is, when your friend does something wrong to you, don't keep bringing it up. Forgive them. Why? Because forgiveness is love. Forgiveness is a way of showing love. So to keep your friend, you have to love them. And to love them is to forgive them. So put the matter aside to keep your friendship. That's what it means. Verse 10, New King James Version. Rebuke is more effective for a wise man than 100 blows on a fool. Good News Version. An intelligent person learns more from one rebuke than a fool learns from being beaten 100 times. So what does it mean? It means a word to the wise is enough. And a word to a fool isn't enough, so they have to be beaten. New King James Version. 11. An evil man seeks only rebellion. Therefore, a cruel messenger will be sent against him. Now let's see what it says in the Good News Version. Death will come like a cruel messenger to wicked people who are always stirring up trouble. So what does that mean? Those who look for trouble will find it. They will face the consequences of their actions. Proverbs 12, New King James Version. Let a man meet a bear robbed of her cubs rather than a fool in his folly. Good News Version. It is better to meet a mother bear robbed of her cubs than to meet some fool busy with stupid projects. So what does that actually mean? Arguing with someone who doesn't think is dangerous. Trying to calmly explain to someone who is instantly defensive is a waste of time. They will talk over you. They won't consider your point of view. And this discussion goes nowhere. It creates more frustration for you. Walking away would be wiser. A person who won't reason can cause more harm than someone acting out of emotion. And for the bear cub, the mother would be acting out of emotion. But for a person who is a fool, they would just cause harm without thinking. And there would be no logic to what they're doing, and that would... A person who won't reason can cause more harm than someone acting out of emotion, because they ignore the logic and consequences. Not every argument is worth your energy, and some situations are safer to avoid than to confront. 13. Whoever rewards evil for good, evil will not depart from his house. Good News 13. If you repay good with evil, you will never get evil out of your house. What does that mean? How you respond to kindness matters. Returning good with harm leads to damaged relationships, and it will follow you. 14. The beginning of strife is like releasing water. Therefore, stop contention before the quarrel starts. 14. The start of an argument is like the first break in a dam. Stop it before it goes any further. What does that mean? Conflict escalates quickly, so stop it early. If you're fighting, stop it before it escalates and becomes something more than just a petty fight. 15, New King James Version. He who justifies the wicked and he who condemns the just, both of them are like an abomination to the Lord. 15. Condemning the innocent or letting the wicked go, both are hateful to the Lord. What does that mean? It means justice should be served. 16. Why is there in the hand of a fool the purchase price of wisdom, since he has no heart for it? 16. It does a fool no good to spend money on education because he has no common sense. What does that mean? Anything invested in a fool is a waste because he has no common sense. Putting something today for the future is an investment, right? So if you invest in a fool, do you expect something? You shouldn't be expecting anything when you invest in a fool, because a fool resists growth. They refuse to learn. 17. A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. Good news. 17. Friends always show their love. What are relatives for if not to share trouble? What does that mean? True friends stay loyal. True friends remain your friends in every season. Your family is there for the times that it's hard to carry the weight. They help you carry that weight. That's what family is there for. 18. A man devoid of understanding shakes hands in a pledge and becomes surety for his friend. 18. Only someone with no common sense will promise to be responsible for someone else's debt. What does that mean? Thoughtless promises lead to serious problems. 19. He who loves transgression loves strife, and he who exalts his gate seeks destruction. 19. To like sin is to like making trouble. If you brag all the time, you're asking for trouble. What does that mean? People who enjoy arguing invite trouble. A person who brags a lot is drawing attention to themselves. And this can make you annoying to people and make you seem self-centered. And that is a quality of an arrogant person. 20. He who has a deceitful heart finds no good, and he who has a perverse tongue falls into evil. 20. Who thinks and speaks evil can expect to find nothing good, only disaster. What does that mean? It means that dishonest people cause their own problems. And basically that's it. 21. He who begets a scoffer does so to his sorrow, and the father of a fool has no joy. 21. There is nothing but sadness and sorrow for parents whose children do foolish things. What does that mean? Your poor choices can make your parents worry and sad. 23. A wicked man accepts a bribe behind the back to pervert the ways of justice. 23. Corrupt judges accept secret bribes, and then justice is not done. What does that mean? It means that bribing someone can cloud their judgment and lead to unfair decisions. 24. Wisdom is in the sight of him who has understanding, but the eyes of a fool are on the ends of the earth. 24. An intelligent person aims at wise action, but a fool starts off in many directions. A wise person has understanding, and an understanding person has direction because they understand what is going on. What does this mean? A wise thing comes to mind to people who have understanding. A fool has no sense of direction. If you understand, you would know where to go. If you have no understanding, you would be distracted move left, right, center, forward, backwards, because you don't have wisdom. 25. A foolish son is a grief to his father, and bitterness to her who bore him. 25. Foolish children bring grief to their fathers, and bitter regrets to their mothers. What does that mean? Careless actions can hurt those who depend on you. 26. Also, to punish the righteous is not good, nor to strike princes for their uprightness. 26. It is not right to make an innocent person pay a fine. Justice is perverted when good people are punished. This means staying away from people who can cause harm to you keeps you safe. 27. He who has knowledge spares his words, and a man of understanding is of a calm spirit. Those who are sure of themselves do not talk all the time. People who stay calm have real insight. What does this mean? Thinking before you speak avoids misunderstanding. Someone who is smart will think before they speak. 28. Even a fool is counted wise when he holds his peace. When he shuts his lips, he is considered perceptive. Good news. 28. After all, even a fool may be thought wise and intelligent if he stays quiet and keeps his mouth shut. What does that mean? It means sometimes silence makes even a quiet person seem like they're wise. So thank you very much for joining me today for the breakdown of Proverbs chapter 17. Let me know if you would want any breakdowns of any chapter or any verse, and I will upload that for you.